What is up, guys? Welcome. My name is Palm, and today we are casting some ranked 1v1 Age of Empires 4 action. Something I am incredibly excited to be saying. Was really looking forward to this game. Super hyped following along with all the development production. Super hyped and enjoyed both betas immensely, and I've been having a ton of fun now that the game is released. And wanted to jump in and cast some games, and we are going to be starting with a 1v1 between playing in the blue as the Holy Roman Empire, the Age of Mythology commentator and expert player. His name is Boit. His opponent playing in the red as the Abbasid dynasty. His name is Pip. So Boit, the Age of Mythology commentator, playing as the Holy Roman Empire, and we can see right away the first unit he started with was his prelate. Now the prelate is inspiring these villagers. When they're inspired, gathering resources 40% faster, and the Holy Roman Empire have extra carry capacity as a passive bonus on all vills, giving their villagers 40% more capacity to carry resources. So as you can imagine, working 40% faster, carrying 40% more is a crazy economic bonus if you can get these prelates out. They do cost 100 gold apiece coming out of the town centers. But the Holy Roman eco is absolutely insane. Boyd started with the prelate, went on his sheep, and then is moving to gold. Now he's moving his prelate back and forth very nicely, so he's buffing up his sheep bills, and then he's sending the prelate over to the gold mine and getting it done there. So very nice management of the prelate here from Boyd. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, in the red, we have Pip, as we said, playing the Abbasid dynasty. A very, very strong civ. The civ that I play the most. I'm switching between Abbasid and Rus myself right now. Absolutely love the Abbasid. Played them all in the technical stress test. Absolutely love the civ, and we can see that Pip has his House of Wisdom, and this is unique to the Abbasid. So every other civ is building landmarks to age up, as we can see Boit getting his Aachen Chapel, building a landmark from 2 choice, whereas the Abbasids have the House of Wisdom and have 4 different wings that are available to them. We can see Pip going up on the economic wing, but he could have chosen military, culture, or trade, choosing the economic wing, and each wing grants these columns of text. The economic wing is going to give him first in the Feudal Age fresh foodstuffs, an incredibly powerful tech, 50 food, 125 gold, reduce the cost to produce villagers by 50%. So really good. Makes your vills cost 25 food only. Crazy strong. Pip, after clicking up, going heavy on wood, leaving 6 on sheep, 8 on wood, and leaving 2 gold miners to get that gold for the fresh food stuff. On the other side here, Boit, as the HRE, he's actually building a mining camp next to his stone here, so he's aging up with the Aachen Chapel. This, if you put a prelate inside, basically you can see when it's built, you'll see a circle around it, a radius around it, and any unit within it, as long as a prelate inside, basically gets that boost that the prelate is giving just by having the landmark. So you don't actually have to have a prelate go around and individually buff each villager, as we can see Pip being annoying on the stone here with his scout. The Aachen Chapel is just going to buff all vills in the radius, so very strong. It's going to buff the stone miners that Boit has, and it's going to buff these lumberjacks that Boit has, so that's going to be quite nice. The reason that's going to be quite nice is town centers cost wood and stone, and you actually start the game with no stone, unlike Age of Empires 2. So in order to get a second TC, which you can build in Feudal Age, Boit needs to get stone and wood. As we can see, prelate inside the Aachen Chapel, all of these vills getting buffed, and he's just going to have an absolute crazy amount of stone here very shortly. Pip, on the other hand, is opening 1 stable, 1 range. Really interesting and very strong opening from the Abbasid. They are so flexible in what they can do. They can open double stable horsemen. They can open one range, one stable. They can open double range. They can open barracks and use this tech from the House of Wisdom Phalanx. Very, very strong against early knight civs, such as French and Rus, increasing the attack range of the spearmen by double. So it is going to be horsemen and archers from the Abbasid player here. And one unit they do have as well is the camel archer. So highly mobile, very, very strong unit, extremely high attack. And any camel unit does an active debuff against any cavalry units in the area, reducing the damage output that cavalry are doing. So if he mixed in one, if Boit went cav, Pip could mix in a camel archer and debuff all of the horsemen or knights or any cavalry unit that Boit may have, reduce their damage output by 25%. Pip being annoying here with the horsemen, but Boit does successfully get that second town center up. So he's chilling. He's got going on wood now, but he's also got this hunt around the second TC. So that's a nice resource for him to pull on. Now getting a archery range up. So he is going to be going archers. Unfortunately, I don't see a scout on, maybe Boit lost his scout somewhere, which is unfortunate because getting some intelligence on what exactly Pip is building would be nice before he really commits to his building choice here. Archers coming in, and Boit had the foresight, knowing he was going to be behind early, putting the town center up early before his military production. Actually got that tower up on his exposed wood line there. Tower almost manages to pick off a Vil, but not quite. So that was a nice play from Boit there to keep his early resources safe from harassment. Double range, triple range, in fact, for Boit. So going to be going heavy on archers as the HRE. Now, the thing about Abbasids is in Age of Empires 4, you can build rams in the Feudal Age. Very good at punishing, very good for punishing players going for early TC boom. Now, normally you have to get a blacksmith and research siege engineering, but the Abbasids actually get the siege engineering tech for free. They don't have to get a blacksmith, they don't have to research it. They just right away start with the ability to make battering rams, as you can see, and we got a battering ram being made right here from Pip. So Pip is prepping a ram push here. And you can see these archers, in addition to making rams, they can make the rarely seen siege tower. They can also make springalds and mangonels, which is unique to them as well. So you don't even need a forward siege workshop. You just build archers or spearmen or any like infantry unit, and you can just place forward siege once you get access to it. Obviously, the springald and the mangonel need castle age. Yeah, crazy strong early possibilities from Abbasid, giving them a lot of flexibility in addition because of the fresh foodstuffs. Making villagers only cost 25 food. A lot of players will go for a 2 TC boom with Abbasid because it's also very strong. So Pip sending in the ram first and then pulling in his horsemen to jump on those archers. Boit jumping them in the town center. Heads up play from Boit there. Very nice. Drops the archers out on the other side now. Wants to micro his archers on to Pip's archers. The horsemen do extremely well against archers. They do 2x damage. So the horsemen are a very hard counter to archers in this game. Unlike, say, scouts on archers in AoE 2, the horsemen are a much harder counter. So Boit, interesting little fight here as he's got a lot of archers and now his Vils on the backside of the TC. Meanwhile, though, he is just getting pummeled by the battering ram. So Boit needs to be careful here. Horseman looked like it was bugging out for a sec, but Boit's with that triple range production and all going constantly, as we can see, he is getting the reinforcements he needs. He needs to get rid of this ram though, and the way to do that is you need melee units. The villagers are even fine as well. The Vils can torch the ram. Pip has so much pressure here. We can see Boit activating the emergency repairs. Building will repair itself by 150 health every 1 second for 20 seconds. So that's crazy strong. All this work that Pip has done to try to demolish the TC. Like you can see, it's absolutely full health, and the cooldown on this thing is not even that long. So crazy ability from the HRE. I'm assuming Boyd could keep this town center up indefinitely, though the work that Pip is doing to idle the economy of Boyd is very good right now. We can see Pip on 48 pop, Boyd only on 38, so Boyd taking so much economic damage to try to deal with this ram. He's lost a lot of ills. Pip, meanwhile, just continuing to pour it on with the horsemen and the archers. Back home, he's still one range, one stable. Maybe needs to refresh a lumber camp, getting a little inefficient there. But he is just simply pouring all his economy into this push. Really heavy on wood. And he could make a few more rams with this much wood. He could have like 2, almost 3 more rams if he wanted. Probably... I mean, I guess he just could, but right now the push doing really well. Could probably look at expanding his economy a little bit more. Maybe put some more on food. Start getting some more horsemen on the field. But he's obviously very, very focused on this push right now. And rightfully so. It's doing some very nice damage. Boyd probably needs to activate the emergency repair soon. There he goes. Does it. TC healing itself back up. You can see the ram does do pretty good damage, though. 200... damage. The emergency repair is healing 150 per second. But the push stalling out here from Pip. You can see Boyd trying to chase it down and torch it with the vills. This ram nearly dead. So Boyd holding that insane pressure early. It's only the 11-minute mark and we already seen double TC ram pressure. Very, very stressful early game for Boyd here, who was chilling on the 2TC and very quickly had to put up with an incredible offense from Pip. Pip, though, is plotting wave number 2. He's got that 1 low HP ram, and he's got 2 more rams coming up in the front. What is he doing back home? Still, okay, he's expanding another range. Two more ranges, so he's up to 3 range back home. And has the 1 stable. So he is going to be looking at going very aggressive here. I wonder if... Has he yeah, he's obviously scouted the 3 ranges. I wonder if Pip would be better off going maybe double or triple stable horsemen, because Boyd has a lot of archers here, and horsemen would just absolutely eat them. So I have a feeling that mixing in some more horsemen as well as the archers could be quite nice for Pip. With all that pressure and all that military coming up, we can see Pip on 37 vills, 24 military. Meanwhile, Boyd 36 economy, 17 military. So Boyd catching back up, but still at a significant disadvantage numbers wise. The eco is dead even despite Boyd having invested into the town center, so he really needs to take advantage of that and keep those villagers creating and make up for that damage that he took. Blacksmith coming up here for Boyd. We'll see what techs he goes for first. Probably iron undermesh, get that +1 pierce armor first. You don't have to tech it specifically for infantry, archers, and cav. 1 tech covers them all in AoE 4. Iron undermesh does pierce armor for all non-siege units. Steel arrow does the attack, and so on and so forth. Little engagement here. Boyd looking to move out with his archers and getting caught out. Sees the horseman here from Pip. No response just yet, other than just continuing to match the archers and play defensive. I guess he wanted to poke out and see what Pip had, and ended up finding 4 rams for his travels, along with a lot of archers. 14 archers versus 22 here for Boyd. So Boyd with the numbers advantage, but these horsemen are going to be doing quite nice as they get a lot of damage in, forcing Boyd into the shoot and scoot micro here. And meanwhile, Pip just has all of his archers just getting the shots in, doing a really nice job. Town center was in danger of going down. Boyd pops in the emergency repairs, so he's fine. He's chilling for now. And the rams from Pip being forced back. Pip now committing to a fight, trying to thin out Boyd's numbers, but realizes he's Boyd's getting the best of him here again. And Pip forced to pull back. He lost a lot there. Boyd with an amazing defense so far. 14 minutes in, both players heavily in the Feudal Age still. We're seeing a lot of crazy action here. Boyd now is going to end up chasing this. A 63 pop for Boyd to 77, 43 vills to 43 vills, dead even despite the second TC from Boyd. and probably wants to just get back in range of his town centers and stay defensive here. I really don't think Boyd should be overextending with the archers, knowing there's a lot of horsemen. Rams coming in for another push here. Boyd pulls the Vills and is going to torch that. Gonna go for this low HP one. Should be able to get it. No, not quite. Yeah, Pip has a lot of army here forward now. And playing the micro game. Archer on Archer, trying to get the Vills on the Ram. He's gonna get that one Ram there. Now the Vills are exposed though. That's like 6 Vills there with low HP. Needs to be really careful here. Archer on Archer action here. Does look like Boyd is getting the best of the engagement here as he's pulling the boys, doing his best. But again, Boyd with the defense. He has put up with a lot here so far. He's repairing with the Vills, but I don't think he really needs to, right? He just can use emergency repairs. Like, I don't really see how. I mean, thing is here is Pip is doing a lot of damage. Like Pip 46 Vills, Boyd 46. Like just continually to send these Rams and whatnot in is causing Boyd to lose a lot of Vills. I wonder though if Boyd could just sit back and use the emergency repairs. I don't know what the cooldown is on it. It repairs it. It lasts for 20 seconds. We need to see what the cooldown is. I'm not actually sure. Like, if Boyd could just sit here and spam emergency repairs and actually, if the Ram. I mean, obviously with 4 Rams, it's going to be dangerous. But meanwhile, Pip behind this does have another stable. I see. I think, is it just double stable? Yeah, 2 stables, 5 ranges for Pip. And still just the 1 town center. Going on to stone now. Heavy on the berries out here, so Pip got a lot of economy all over the place. Adding another stable, so Pip is doubling down, wants to really get the push going that can finish off Boyd. He's not deterred. Boyd tossing up a barracks in front of the town center now. Boyd also expanding to this hunt down here, so that's actually quite nice. Pip, meanwhile, taking a different method of attack now. He hasn't had much success just pushing into the second expansion from Boyd. So Pip instead gonna poke at the gold with his archers. Ooh, and Pip's actually gonna run now as looks like Boyd has the numbers advantage. 5 attack versus 6 attack. So Boyd actually has his ranged upgrade and his +1. So these archers are gonna do much better. And Pip just missing these Vills on the food down there. If you would have found those, that would have been nice. Boyd packing up, running that home. So Boyd has got quite a few blacksmith techs, whereas Pip has a blacksmith, but oh, this is Boyd's. Yeah, Pip doesn't even have a blacksmith, so he is not giving to any upgrades. Pip, meanwhile, though, has a lot of horsemen. He's really going heavy on the horsemen now. 3 stable, 5 range versus, I believe, just the 3 ranges and 1 barracks for Boyd. 3 range, 2 barracks now. Okay, so Holy Roman Empire definitely an infantry civ. And they get access to the early man-at-arms, so other civs getting them in Castle Age, English getting them in Dark Age, Holy Roman Empire getting them in Feudal Age. And they're very different from infantry in Age of Empires 2. The man-at-arms here actually has 4 pierce armor, and we saw the archers from Pip only had 5 attack, so like they're pretty much Huskarls that are not as fast. Very tough unit here. Boyd has about 3 of them in the mix, along with 30 upgraded feudal archers. I think this is a mistake, though, from Boyd to go forward. We can see here, we can turn off the fog of war. Boyd actually, the stealth forest, he cannot see into it at all, right? And we know what is waiting on the other side here. Boyd's actually done siege engineering, and he's making a ram of his own. So Boyd, sick of the ram pressure in his own base, is actually going to be making a ram of his own and try to go forward. I don't know if that's the right call, though, guys, because Pip has got a huge amount of army here. He's got a lot of horsemen, a lot of archers. I feel like Boyd is going to be running into a mess here that he does not want. Oh, man, he runs right in. Wasn't even microing. That stealth forest positioning was so good from Pip. He was just tucked away. That was really nicely done. And now Pip is able to run back the other way and is on 59 Vills to Boyd's 65. So the econ lead is barely there for Boyd. And he is losing a lot of army here. The horsemen, as you can see, do a number on the archers. Gonna get the surround in here and just clean up the army from Boyd. Pip playing this nicely. Is gonna go back, wait for his army, regrouping, and look to come forward with some rams. Pip is on 131. He's got 62 military. Absolutely incredible here from Pip. He's expanded down to the berries there. You can see his economy is just all over the place. Pip doing a great job here and looking to take a big engagement here on the archers of Boyd, and he should be able to clean this up easily with this amount of horsemen. Moving off and getting some Vil kills as well. Very, very nice from Pip here. And a lot of archers just sitting back, firing away, doing a lot of damage. Pip losing a lot of horsemen. Boyd with that +1, doing a nice job here of just sitting, centralizing, and blasting away, along with 10 arrows being fired from this TC. That was probably what slaughtered these horsemen. Pip should not have been fighting underneath on the horsemen there. Emergency repairs coming in on the barracks. Holy Roman Empire are so hard to push, but guys, we can see, holy man, Pip is getting 1,200 food per minute. He is going to be up to the Castle Age so soon, and Boyd does not have the same resources. He's only getting 810 food a minute. So Boyd's just not getting the resources that he needs, and Pip is on his way up to the next age, going up with the culture wing. That reduces the cost of all techs by 30% if he gets preservation of knowledge. So that one is really nice as well. He could have gone for military wing and mixed in camels, which would give his infantry some buffed attack. Sorry, buffed armor. By having them in the presence of camels. So a lot of interesting synergies going on with the Abbasids. Makes them really fun to play. Definitely my favorite civ so far. So Pip on his way up to the Castle Age with 130 pop. Boyd only on 100. Boyd, he does have the villager leads, 69 vills, but he's still only on those 4 ranges now and 3 racks. He needs to keep getting his numbers up, and if he doesn't see a Castle Age coming here from Pip, it's going to be potentially deadly for Boyd, as we can see the Abbasid go into Lancers, which are the equivalent of the Knight. We could see him make Camel Riders, not necessary because Boyd's not making Cav, but we could also see Camel Archers from the ranges here from the Abbasid. Really, really strong unit, very high ranged attack, nice mobility. Pip is just going to be chilling at home with his rams. You can see he's got 16 units in this ram, 16 archers garrisoned inside. Kind of interesting because if Boyd comes in to scout it, he might not see like, oh, there's not, too many units, but actually there's 16 archers tucked inside there. Pip using that map control to be all over the map, and Pip, despite staying 1 TC, has a much better economy because he has the map control. He pressured with the rams, which gave him the ability to expand to half the map, taking the berries here, taking the deer here. So Pip doing a really nice job here, using his map control that he fought hard for. And we can see Castle Age nearly in. Castle Age is in now for Pip. We'll see what comp he's going to be going for. I'm going to be assuming going heavy on the Lancers. And we can see him getting some raids in with the Camel Archers and Horsemen on the left-hand side. Boyd actually put up a 3rd town center here, as well as some farms after taking that deer down here. And that's going to be quite annoying for Boyd now, though Pip is still in range of the TC. And Boyd, so far from the Castle Age himself, knows doesn't really have many plays in this game except to try to send it, try to go forward and take a fight before Pip can get his Castle Age upgrades. But just simply not going to... I don't think it's going to be doing it here because Pip was 1 TC and has more army, straight up. Pip just has the numbers advantage here. Archers, Camel Archers, and now we see some Lancers out, as we mentioned. The Lancers are going to absolutely shred the Archers. These are Feudal Age Archers fighting Castle Age units now. More units coming in. Boyd is going to get his army cleaned up, and unfortunately, he's going to have to... okay. I was going to say he's going to have to retreat and regroup, but he is actually going to have to tap out, as he simply cannot overcome the tech disadvantage. Guys, thank you so much for watching. An incredible game as we see the power of the 1 TC Abbasid Ram push. That is all, guys, and we will see you in the next one.